I was talking to a client the other day in the area, and he owns several rental properties and some vacant land around the area that he bought on speculation, hoping the values would go up. And of course, with the real estate market the way it is right now, he's thinking about selling because values are at all-time highs. They're just really up there. And he's not really interested in being a landlord anymore, or just having this piece of vacant property sitting out there that's not generating him any income. During that conversation, I asked him if he was familiar with a 1031 like-kind exchange, and he looked at me kind of bewildered and like, no, I have no idea what that is. And I said, well, in a nutshell, it's a way that you could defer some of the taxes or the taxes on the gain that you would realize by selling these properties. Of course, he was extremely interested when I said defer some of his taxes. So what in the world is a 1031 like-kind exchange, and how does it impact real estate? So some things I want to tell you about a 1031 like-kind exchange and how that could help you defer your taxes. First and foremost, understand it is not a tax-free exchange. It is a tax-deferred exchange, meaning you don't have to pay the taxes now, but there may be a time down the road that you would have to pay taxes on those properties. Number two, only investment properties qualify. Not your primary residence, not your second home, just investment properties qualify. Like-kind exchange does not necessarily mean that you have to sell a condo and buy a condo. You certainly can. Or sell a single-family rental home and buy a single-family rental home, but you certainly can. It just means that it's an investment property and you need to purchase an investment property. So it could be something like this, and we've seen these before. You've got this large tract of land that's doing nothing to earn you income, and you want to sell that and maybe invest that in something that will earn you residual income. There are different styles or different types of 1031 tax deferred exchanges. There's the simultaneous exchange, where you sell a piece of property and you immediately buy the replacement property. There is the deferred exchange, where you sell this investment property and then you, at some point in the future, buy the new property. So it's a deferred. And then there is the reverse exchange, where you go out and you found this piece of property that you bought, and when you buy it, you put it in a 1031 exchange, and then you go back and sell a piece of property that you already own and put those dollars into that investment. And there is a time frame that all of this has to happen, and you can see it's a very complicated process. But that time frame is 45 days to identify the properties that you want to participate in this 1031 like-kind exchange, and 180 days to have that transaction completed to make sure you qualify. Again, I would recommend getting you an agent that is familiar with the 1031 like-kind exchange. You've got to have that qualified intermediary, and I would certainly seek out the advice of your tax professional to make sure you meet all the requirements to qualify for the 1031 like-kind exchange.